Hello, everyone. My name is Emily Luna. I am the Inclusion Manager for Early Learning Coalition. Today's training is Visuals, Visuals, What Do You See? These are the learning objectives that we will be reviewing in this session. What are visuals? How they're building relationships and creating supportive environments, exploring different types of visuals to use in the classroom, how to use a variety of visuals in the classroom, and how children learn differently and need different strategies to support their learning differences. Often I'm asked this question: what is the point of visuals in the classroom and how will they truly help me? For children with developmental disabilities, having difficulties in communicating, having difficulties understanding what the others are trying to communicate to them, this can cause stress on a child and create those challenging behaviors. Visuals are communication tools to help not only you to communicate with the child, but allowing the child to communicate with you. Children with challenging behaviors need you the most for affection, modeling, and teaching. The goals of visual schedules: it creates independency, teaches time management, facilitates flexibility, provides structure, establishes expectation, informs children of activities of the day, and decrease downtime. Because downtime is where we see a lot of those typical challenging behaviors because the child is bored and does not know what the expectations are at that time. In this video, we're going to see how a teacher utilizes a visual schedule in her classroom and also how she allows her students to help her in the classroom to help develop that independency and also them understanding the routine of what is expected.
We use a visual schedule for the entire classroom, as well as individual schedules. The purpose of the schedule is to tell children what's coming next, what's already been completed, and how much of the day is going. Through the task process, we modify the technology schedule by putting a red sign in the order and verbiage that told the children. For example, the child can then say, "We're all on the time. Right now it's next. When the time comes, we should teach it." So it becomes a functional part of the way. Using a visual schedule has really helped the children to self-regulate. It's increased their independence and it's increased their confidence. Because they understand what is happening, understand how much of them is finished and what's happening.
When a child is seeing a visual schedule, they should be able to answer the following questions: what am I doing right now? How do I know I'm making progress? How do I know when I'm finished? And what comes next? Visual supports are a concrete representation of information that is absorbed visually. So teachers are able to help children understand what is being communicated to them, and visual supports help children learn to communicate with others and make sense of the world that is around them. Someone help me. A visual schedule displays the order of activities across a time period throughout the day in the classroom. This allows predictability and decreases anxiety by allowing the child to be aware of their expectations. In this video, we are actually going to see two different ways that you can make your visual schedules, and they're going to go into a little detail on how to show what is expected, and if there is a change in the daily schedule, how do you make that visual known? Within the childcare setting, I recommend a visual schedule that reads left to right. I also want to emphasize on having that special activity card. When I was in the classroom, we utilized a lightning bolt. The children in the classroom knew if there's a lightning bolt on the visual schedule that there was a change. We would talk about the change and I would let them know if there is a change, it is okay. The closer the change got, the more acceptive the children were. And they knew that there was a change coming and it was okay. This is a change that we would get through together. Things to remember when creating your visual schedule. You want to introduce, you want to model, you want to adjust and tweak the schedule that best fits your classroom. And also remember, don't give up. It could take up to 3 to 4 weeks for a child to get adaptive to the visual schedule and acknowledge what that routine is and what the expectations of that routine are. So again, please do not give up. This does not work overnight. It is something that you have to model and show to your children. And then once your children receive it, they'll be able to take that independency of utilizing that visual schedule on their own. Keynotes to remember. You want to express finished. It is very important concept because it facilitates motivation. It's maintaining attention to task and teaches independency. A finished position item can be an envelope, a pouch, a pocket, a basket, or a bucket. Sometimes I've seen teachers use arrows that move left to right so the child knows that those activities are done. I recommend also if you use the envelope, pouch, bucket, pocket, or basket, ensure it's in the same location every day. You want to establish that routine of when a child knows that an activity is finished, it goes into that item and it's time for the next activity. This is a first then board. A first then board is utilized with children that have a very hard time with transition or accomplishing an activity because they preferred an item. So let's say if you're trying to have a child do ABCs. Well, they don't want to do ABCs right now. They want to play with cards. They don't understand first ABCs, then cars. They want the cars now. That is what is in their mindset. So the first then board actually helps the child work towards that preferred activity that they want. In this video, you're going to have a brief description of what the first then board is. In this video, you're actually going to see how a teacher utilizes the first then board with a child who has autism. She's able to get the child to complete tasks and the child is working towards the preferred activity that he wants.
Student that when he's finished doing the number activity, he can
You were able to see how the teacher was able to get activities accomplished from the child. And then you were also able to see how the child was able to accomplish those activities because he knew what was expected in order to get the preferred activity that he wanted. Here's some food for thought. Timers are important with transition. They can help support transitions to facilitate attention to task, to provide opportunities to check in and review, and to establish expectations. Example of timers, you could utilize a kitchen timer, a time timer, sand timers, liquid timers, or if there's a smart board or an iPad in your classroom, you can actually show them a stopwatch. Also, music can also be used for transitions. Here's a song that I used to use in the classroom to help my children know that it was time to clean up and move on to the next activity. Yes, it did not work overnight. I will admit that. But once they got used to the routine of hearing this song, it was amazing how quickly the children were able to clean up and also help their friends clean up as well to help them be able to move on to the next activity. We will not be listening to the whole song, but I just want you to hear a little bit of it. So you can see how this song could help the children know it's time to clean up. So also with timers, it provides them that visual that they are able to see that the activity is coming to an end. It is very hard for children to process when we just say 1 minute and there's no visual to show them. They don't understand what 1 minute means, and then they become very frustrated when we say it's time to clean up. Yes, we did tell them 1 minute, but did we properly prompt them that it was 1 minute? Did we properly show them that it was 1 minute? And did we get them ready for success with that transition? Visuals can help with those challenging behaviors as well. Visual behavioral supports help to prevent challenging behaviors and maintain emotional regulation. The visual behavior supports provides the child with information about their expectations, possible outcomes, and what the consequences will occur when challenging behaviors occur. Okay, I want to give you a little heads up. This video is loud, so if you need to turn your volume down, please do so. But I want you to sit and watch this video, and I want you to watch the interaction between the child and the teacher and the child's surroundings during this behavior. I want you to stop and think. Was there any visual aids for this child? How do you think the relationship between the child and the teacher is? Do you think the teacher handled the situation properly? Do you think that she provided strong communication tools for this child to understand what was going on? And lastly, was there a safe place provided for this child to be able to calm down? We all know that when a child is at this level, it's very hard to communicate with them. So we need to provide that safe place for them to calm down. And then we can actually start communicating with them. I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of ideas of how people would handle this situation. And I wish I could hear every single one of them. But I just want you to remember this video and just pause and reflect on how you would handle this situation differently. Okay, let's move forward. Visual behavior supports can provide choices to the child, such as taking a break, choosing a sensory activity, and choose between preferred task or reward.
Most of the time, you might be practiced by that verbally. So instead of doing a trick, push for permission. If they're not sitting nicely and you want them to sit nicely, show them the visual. Let's see what their hands. Start with that. Show them the light to the visual. Don't snap the is so much more meaningful and can cut down on behaviors as well. Another thing too is just a quiet visual.
Providing those little visuals can help a child know, all right, it's time for me to sit down. It's time for me to be quiet. It's time for me to have a calm body. That way, you are actually showing them what you are truly expecting from them. Green red choices is one of my favorite visuals as well. And I'm sure some of you teachers have already seen this and are using them in your classroom. If not, that is okay. And myself and the mental health specialist are here to help you with that as well if you are interested in this. The red green choices show what the expectations are. Basically, your classroom rules, do's, and don'ts. The green choices mean go. You're making a great choice. Keep it up. Red choice obviously means stop. We don't do that. It hurts others, or it causes a disruption, or you're going to hurt yourself. So in this next video I'm going to show you, this teacher actually goes a little bit more in depth of red-green choices. And I like this video because I think she visualizes and shows you guys how the red-green choices should work in the classroom, and also not to put too many rules or expectations on the boards because you do not want to overstimulate the child. So I know she was talking in the aspect of being at home, but those same skills can be used in the classroom. Supports to assist individuals during transitions are designed to prepare individuals before the transition occurs and to support the individual during the transition. When transition strategies are used, they reduce the amount of transition time, increase appropriate behavior, and rely less on the adult for prompting. Why do we use visual tools and what purpose do they really serve? They meet the needs of children with different learning styles. It helps support transition, makes the world more concrete, provides predictability, establishes expectation, and help teaches lifelong skills. That is the end of the training, and thank you so much for your time. And I hope this training was very beneficial to you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My name is Emily Luna, and my email is emily.luna@elcnwf.org. I truly hope you enjoyed it and have a wonderful day. Bye.